Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we take an in-depth look at the latest twists and turns unfolding in The Bold and the Beautiful. Tensions at Forrester Creations continue to escalate, relationships are teetering on the edge of collapse, and secrets that have remained buried for too long are beginning to surface. This week, we dive into the tangled web of deception, ambition, and heartache that grips Los Angeles. The stakes have never been higher, and the characters we know and love are about to face some of the most defining moments of their lives. Buckle up, because things are about to get very messy. The battle for Forrester Creations, Brooke's endgame and Steffi's calculations at Forrester Creations, a quiet but calculated battle is taking place. While Carter remains the key to major business decisions, it is Brooke who has been pulling the strings behind the scenes. Though outwardly she presents herself as the helpful problem solver, a woman simply trying to right past wrongs, those who have been watching long enough know better. Every move Brooke makes has an ulterior motive. At the heart of it all is Forrester. Brooke has never been one to give up easily when it comes to love, and she sees the ongoing tension between Ridge and Taylor as an opportunity. If she can convince Ridge that she has his best interests in mind, that she is the one making the right calls for the company, she might just rekindle the connection that has kept them bound together for decades. However, Steffi is no fool. She sees through Brooke's tactics and understands exactly what's at play. Steffi, ever loyal to her mother, has always believed Ridge and Taylor belong together. She isn't about to let Brooke waltz in and manipulate Carter into making a decision that ultimately benefits her more than it does the company. The tension between Brooke and Steffi is an old, familiar one, but this time, the stakes are higher than ever. If Brooke succeeds in pushing Carter to return control of Forrester Creations to Ridge, what will it mean for Taylor? And more importantly, what will it mean for Steffi's own place within the company? Hope and Carter, a power struggle in the making. While the battle at Forrester Creations rages on, another power struggle brews beneath the surface. Hope Logan has never been one to sit idly by, and now that she's had a taste of power, she isn't about to let go of it without a fight. Hope's dynamic with Carter Walton has shifted drastically in recent weeks. Once aligned in their goals, the two now find themselves at odds as Carter begins to assert his own autonomy. For too long, Carter has been caught in the crossfire of the Forrester drama, but now he is taking a stand. When he firmly pushes back against Ridge's influence, Hope watches the scene unfold with intrigue. The question remains, how will Hope react to Carter's growing independence? Will she see his defiance as a strength, something to admire? Or will she view it as an obstacle in her own climb to the top? Hope is no stranger to ambition, and while she has never been as ruthless as some of the other power players in Los Angeles, recent events suggest that she is beginning to embrace a more strategic, assertive approach to getting what she wants. Could we be witnessing the rise of a new, more calculating Hope Logan? Finn's growing dilemma, secrets, lies, and consequences. Away from the corporate battles and power games, Finn finds himself trapped in a moral quagmire that threatens to destroy everything he holds dear. His internal struggle has only deepened, and with each passing day, the burden of keeping Luna's paternity a secret becomes heavier. Finn, a man who has always prided himself on doing the right thing, now finds himself morphing into someone unrecognizable. The situation is eerily reminiscent of Liam Spencer's infamous waffling, something Finn never imagined he would be guilty of. Yet, here he is, caught between telling the truth and preserving the fragile stability of his family. Poppy Nozawa has done everything in her power to convince him to stay silent. She understands better than anyone the fallout that would ensue if the truth were to come out. Finn is torn between his loyalty to Steffi and his growing unease over keeping something this big from her. One thing is certain, a reckoning is coming. Finn will soon have to make a decision, one that could shatter his marriage forever. If he chooses honesty, he risks everything: the trust Steffi has placed in him, the stability of their home, and perhaps even his own sense of self. But if he continues to keep the truth hidden, how long before it all comes crashing down? With Steffi still unaware of what's being kept from her, the potential for devastation is immense. And if history has taught us anything, it's that Steffi doesn't handle betrayal lightly. Luna's hidden sanctuary, a dangerous game as everyone else in town speculates about Luna's disappearance. The truth is far more complicated than they realize. Luna is not lost, nor is she imprisoned. She is, in fact, living under the protection of one of the most powerful men in Los Angeles, Bill Spencer. Luna's time in hiding, however, is about to take a dramatic turn. Just when she begins to settle into her unexpected sanctuary, an unwelcome visitor arrives: Remy. His sudden appearance at Dollar Bill's mansion throws everything into chaos. Remy is relentless. He remains fixated on Elektra, convinced that she rightfully belongs to him. His obsession blinds him to everything else, and he refuses to accept any reality that does not align with his desires. Luna, caught in the crossfire, is faced with a dilemma of her own. Does she reveal her true identity to Remy, potentially setting off a chain of events that could put her in even more danger? Or does she continue to hide, hoping that the secret remains buried just a little longer? Meanwhile, Will Spencer lurks in the background, unknowingly playing a key role in the unraveling mystery. If Remy learns the truth, will he use it to his advantage? And if so, what does that mean for Luna's future? One thing is clear: secrets never stay buried forever. And when the truth comes out, it's bound to have explosive consequences. Final thoughts: what lies ahead? As the week unfolds, tensions continue to rise across every corner of the bold and the beautiful universe. The fate of Forrester Creations hangs in the balance. Finn stands on the edge of a life-altering decision, Hope and Carter are on the brink of a major shift in power, and Luna's hidden sanctuary is anything but secure. So many questions remain unanswered. Will Finn finally tell Steffi the truth, or will the pressure consume him? Can Steffi stop Brooke from manipulating Carter into returning the company to Ridge? Is Hope's newfound ambition going to lead to her downfall, or will she emerge stronger than ever? And perhaps the most intriguing question of all: how long before Luna's secret is exposed, and what will the fallout be when it is? One thing is for sure: Los Angeles is about to be rocked by some of the biggest shakeups yet. Next, we dive into the latest corporate and personal battles that have taken the bold and the beautiful by storm. At the heart of this week's drama is the ongoing struggle for control over Forrester Creations, with Brooke Logan making bold moves to reclaim what she believes rightfully belongs to the Forrester family. However, alliances shift, unexpected partnerships emerge, and a brewing storm threatens to unravel the careful strategies being laid. The battle for power is more than just a boardroom struggle; it's a clash of trust, ambition, and deeply personal stakes. Can Brooke navigate the treacherous waters of corporate politics without making irreversible mistakes? Let's break it all down. The unintended alliance: Brooke and Steffi's strategic collision. Brooke Logan's initial strategy never involved working alongside Steffi Forrester. In fact, their past conflicts made it seem highly unlikely that they would ever find common ground. However, as the tide shifted at Forrester Creations, Brooke found herself in an intriguing position, aligning, even if indirectly, with Steffi in pursuit of the same goal: securing the company's legacy. For Brooke, reclaiming Forrester Creations is not just about business, it's about correcting past wrongs and ensuring that her family's influence within the company remains intact. Steffi, on the other hand, has a slightly different motivation. While she values Forrester Creations as a business powerhouse, the takeover has also led to a surprising silver lining: reuniting her parents, Ridge and Taylor. Yet, this newfound harmony could be easily disrupted. If Steffi discovers that Brooke has been working behind the scenes, possibly manipulating the situation for her own advantage, it could spark yet another rift between them. The possibility of betrayal lingers in the air, and it's only a matter of time before Steffi begins to question whether Brooke is a true ally or a hidden adversary. Brooke's calculated moves, Carter Walton at the crossroads. While Brooke's long-term goal is to ensure the company's return to the Forresters, her immediate focus is on Carter Walton, a key player whose decisions could either make or break the entire operation. She doesn't necessarily intend to sabotage his relationship with Hope, but she knows that steering him away from poor business choices is essential for reclaiming control of Forrester Creations. Carter has been walking a fine line between loyalty and ambition. His position as COO has given him considerable power, but it has also made him susceptible to influence from multiple directions. Brooke is well aware of this, and has been subtly guiding him toward making decisions that align with her vision. However, Brooke is not the only one tugging at Carter's moral compass. If Steffi ever starts to question Brooke's sincerity in their shared mission, there is one person who could come forward to vouch for Brooke's dedication: Zend Forrester. Zend, though often in the background, has been keeping a close eye on the internal power shifts within the company. If push comes to shove, he may serve as the unexpected voice of reason, helping to validate Brooke's motives and solidify her influence over Carter. Steffi and Brooke, rivals or reluctant partners? It's no secret that Brooke and Steffi have never been the best of friends. Their history is littered with confrontations, differing ideologies, and a tug-of-war over Ridge Forrester's affections. However, the shifting dynamics at Forrester Creations have forced them to reassess their positions. At first, Brooke was skeptical about Steffi's true intentions upon her return. Could she trust her? Would Steffi's actions jeopardize everything Brooke was working toward? However, as she observed Steffi's approach, she recognized something familiar. Steffi was using the same strategy Brooke had once mastered, appealing to Carter's sense of duty and morality. That realization changed everything. If Steffi and Brooke could see eye to eye on this one issue, perhaps they weren't so different after all. It was an opportunity for collaboration neither of them had anticipated but could ultimately serve them both. The biggest hurdle? Trust. If Brooke and Steffi are to move forward as strategic allies, they need to establish a level of mutual respect. And in the world of the bold and the beautiful, trust is as fragile as the alliances that form within it. A silent observer, Daphne Rose's hidden influence. While much of the power play revolves around the major players, Brooke, Steffi, Carter, and Ridge, there is one name that is slowly making its mark: Daphne Rose. A force in her own right, Daphne is emerging as an unpredictable variable in this grand chess game. Brooke discovered her deep in conversation with Carter, passionately arguing that his position at Forrester Creations had come at a cost too high to ignore. This moment, though brief, was telling. Daphne wasn't just another passive observer, she was actively shaping the narrative behind the scenes. What's more, Daphne's intentions remain a mystery. Is she working for someone else, or is she forging her own path, seizing an opportunity to shift the balance of power to her favor? And if that's the case, could she become a future threat to both Brooke and Steffi? For now, she lingers in the background, but in a world where ambition knows no bounds, it's only a matter of time before Daphne steps into the spotlight. The meeting that set it all in motion. Looking back at the pivotal moment when this power struggle intensified, we find ourselves at the February 13th meeting at Forrester Creations. Brooke, walking into the room, was met with an unexpected sight: Steffi and Hope, deep in discussion over the takeover. The atmosphere was thick with tension, and sensing the gravity of the situation, Brooke chose to step away rather than disrupt the conversation. Little did she know, this would lead her straight into another significant encounter, one with Daphne and Carter, where she would begin to understand just how many moving pieces were at play. The realization that Carter's moral integrity was being tested on multiple fronts gave her a new perspective on the battle she was waging. And thus, the foundation for her next moves was laid. From that moment on, the takeover wasn't just about business, it was about alliances, hidden agendas, and navigating the delicate line between partnership and rivalry. Final thoughts: what happens next? With so many players involved in the power struggle at Forrester Creations, the future remains uncertain. Brooke and Steffi may find themselves working toward a common goal, but the question remains, can they truly trust one another? As Carter finds himself at the center of this corporate chess game, will he remain loyal to those who have shaped his career, or will he forge his own path, free from manipulation? And what of Daphne Rose? Will she emerge as a wild card capable of disrupting the entire operation? One thing is for sure, nothing at Forrester Creations is set in stone. With shifting allegiances, brewing betrayals, and unexpected partnerships forming in the shadows, the next chapter of The Bold and the Beautiful promises to be one filled with intrigue, high-stakes decisions, and shocking revelations. Next, we delve into the tangled web of love, loyalty, and heartbreak that continues to define Ridge Forrester's romantic journey on The Bold and the Beautiful. At the heart of this never-ending saga lies Taylor Hayes, a woman who has given her heart to Ridge time and time again, only to watch history repeat itself. Will this be the moment she finally breaks free? With new twists unfolding, it seems that Taylor might soon be forced to confront a painful truth about Ridge's nature. Could a shocking revelation finally give her the clarity she needs? Let's explore what's coming next in this dramatic love triangle. The inevitable heartbreak, Taylor's breaking point. According to upcoming spoilers, Taylor Hayes may soon find herself at a crossroads as Brooke Logan's dream of rekindling her romance with Ridge Forrester becomes a reality. It's the cycle we've seen time and again, Ridge vacillating between two great loves, only to inevitably find his way back to Brooke. But this time, will Taylor react differently? For years, she has fought to keep Ridge in her life, enduring heartbreak after heartbreak in the process. Yet, as the possibility of another reunion between Ridge and Brooke looms, Taylor might finally reach her breaking point. What would it mean for Taylor to walk away once and for all? Would she finally reclaim her independence and find someone who truly values her? If there's one thing that would send shockwaves through The Bold and the Beautiful fandom, it's Taylor standing firm and rejecting Ridge once and for all. Could this finally be the moment she utters those 6 powerful words, "You'll never break my heart again"? A cycle that never ends, will Taylor finally break free? Time and again, Ridge has left Taylor heartbroken, only to pull her back in with the promise of something different, something lasting. But is there anyone who genuinely believes Ridge can commit to one woman for the rest of his life? His past behavior suggests otherwise. The only real certainty in Ridge's love life is his inability to stay in one place for too long. He moves between Brooke and Taylor like a pendulum, always drawn to the one he isn't with. And sooner or later, that pattern will come back to haunt Taylor once again. If she finally sees the writing on the wall, will she make a clean break? Or will she once again allow herself to fall victim to Ridge's charm, only to find herself heartbroken once more? Many fans would love to see Taylor take control of her own story, prioritizing herself instead of clinging to a man who cannot give her the stability she craves. Could we be on the verge of Taylor's ultimate transformation? The hope of reconciliation, Brooke's confidence in Ridge's return. Meanwhile, Brooke remains as confident as ever that she and Ridge are destined to be together. Despite the rocky road they have traveled, she has openly predicted that they will be reunited by Christmas 2025. Brooke has always had an unshakable belief in her connection with Ridge, and she may be right to do so. Over the years, despite countless breakups, betrayals, and dramatic turns, Ridge has always found his way back to her. Their bond has endured everything thrown its way, making it one of the most iconic relationships in The Bold and the Beautiful's history. But could this latest development truly cement their future, or is Brooke once again setting herself up for disappointment? And if she does win Ridge back, where does that leave Taylor? With Brooke standing firm in her confidence, Taylor may finally be forced to recognize the reality she has been avoiding. No matter what Ridge says, no matter what promises he makes, his heart will always find its way back to Brooke. Unresolved tensions, the fallout of Ridge's choices. The strain in Ridge and Brooke's relationship has been evident for a while. Ridge was visibly shaken when Brooke refused to evict Hope Logan from their home, a decision that created a rift between them. In moments like these, Ridge's frustration with Brooke is apparent, yet it is never enough to keep them apart for long. Their relationship has always been a stormy one, full of passionate highs and crushing lows. However, the turmoil is never enough to sever their bond completely. Even now, as their future hangs in the balance, there's a sense that fate will bring them together once more. But does that mean their relationship is truly meant to last? Or are they simply caught in a cycle of love and heartbreak that neither of them can escape? Taylor, on the other hand, has often been the collateral damage in this ongoing war between Brooke and Ridge. She steps in when Brooke falters, only to be cast aside when Ridge inevitably changes his mind. Will she allow history to repeat itself, or will she finally make a choice that serves her own happiness? The past, present, and future of the love triangle. Taylor's latest attempt to reclaim Ridge's heart came in the wake of Brooke's struggles with him. When Brooke turned on Ridge, Taylor was ready to step in, offering stability and a renewed sense of partnership. She even entertained the idea of Ridge embracing a larger role in Forrester Creations, a move that Brooke had resisted. But was Taylor simply filling a temporary void? Was Ridge ever truly invested in building a permanent future with her? These are the questions Taylor must now face as Brooke edges closer to winning Ridge back.